Yeah, just a few words to enable Diane kick us off. First of all, I really want to thank you. I want to thank our contributors. We've been thinking ever since we've been documenting these stories that it's very important to connect with each other, know who is contributing, but even reflect further beyond the contribution. And of course, a strategy to make sure that people in this country understand that feminism is not evil. That's really the message for us. We need to be able to show that it has been around, we have been part of it. We are reading women like and others, great women. So we want to know them. We want to speak about them. We want to dramatize them. So this is a project that is really going to make us think and how we make our next generation to really celebrate these women. But at the same time, while they are buying in the whole idea of feminism. So for us, I think that's where this is going to take us. And so what we are going to be seeing today, Diana will take us through what she has done, what she has heard, and we want you to affirm, to confirm that what is on paper, yes, it is your story, it is, and how do we eventually want to disseminate all these stories. So without taking much of time, let me say, we can now give an opportunity to Diana to talk to us, while eventually we see where we want to go with the whole story beyond today. Thank you.
Okay, I hope everyone has a copy in front of them. Yeah. So the story, this project, as Mary explained, is really to demystify feminism and the concept of gender equality and show you that it has been part and parcel of Rwandan tradition and culture, even within the confines of a patriarchal system, dating back to our history, to where we are today. So it's a journey indicating the concept of feminism concepts, gender equality, women who had who made a mark in our history from what they did back then to today, and how it has influenced what Rwanda is as a country in terms of really owning this whole narrative on gender equality and excelling at it. Even though there's a lot more to be done, it's one of the few countries in the world that really walks the talk when it comes to equal rights for men, women, children, and issues that affect women. So the story is, and again, feel free to give your feedback literally from the title of the of this project to everything else we're going to read together. So the working title is Owning and Celebrating Our Rwandan Feminist Journey, Building Momentum Towards Gender Equality. And there's a series of chapters that we're going to go through. There are 7 chapters in total. First is the feminist agenda, just explaining it. I know we're all feminists in this room, but I think it's important for people who read just to get an idea and understanding of what it is. And also clarification and clarify for people what feminism is. And then we are going to start with feminism in Rwandan tradition and history. Then we're going to talk about feminism in pre-genocide Rwanda, feminism in Rwanda's liberation struggle, feminism in Rwanda today, feminist allies, and the future of feminism in Rwanda.
I think the feminist movement is very important to inspire Rwandan women and girls and men because I think it's important for every human being to negotiate a place and a sustainable future in the society and to be able to participate.
I consider myself a feminist. I agree that a better world is possible, a world where we are not restricted because of our gender, our race, our class, our religion, or our ability. I believe that feminism can create a better world for all of us.
To understand the importance of Rwanda's feminist journey, yes, girls and women should really understand the journey, but thinking about why there are so many issues on gender equality, I don't know, maybe our target group should be women and girls to understand, but I think men and boys need to understand more. But it depends again on, I understand maybe from the perspective of Rwanda Women's Network, maybe your target group is women and girls,
where we are saying we hope that these stories will inspire Rwandans. Of course, when we are saying Rwandans, we are saying all of us, men and women. And then we say, of course, believe in, especially because we want to be in that forefront, especially girls and women, to understand the importance of Rwanda's feminist journey and gender activism, without maybe we're saying without forgetting men and boys in the journey ahead.
And there are people whom I'm not seeing. I would say like Ingabire Immaculée. Those are the women we have grown really looking up to. I don't know why she's not here. Maybe there are reasons. So I was saying I really need to see what are the selection criteria. And there are other people like Lawrence is my friend, but I don't understand why he's in the book. He's a journalist. Lawrence, someone need to understand why is he here. Maybe it's because we are bringing the young also who need to be here. I was really dreaming to see her with the free the period. I didn't connect when you told me the name and this person here. There are people we know who have been in this sector. Why they are not here? I understand maybe again it's bringing the young age so that they inspire the young generation. But I would really, the old generation I'm not seeing here. When I say Mary, when I say you and Ingabire and maybe other, we had women who have been into these Beijing things, who have fought their voice in parliament. We have been hearing them. I'm not seeing them here.
These are just simple examples. But the actual activism of Marys, of Ingabires, of Nates and others, there will be a time. There will be even a time we want to document those women who are entrepreneurs, because we have got big-time entrepreneur women. The stories we are documenting today are stories that we hope they should build the next generation. We are very excited as a women feminist organization to document the history of women, because in documenting them, it helps us to see the value of what they brought on the table, of which value we're enjoying today.
Iki gitabo kigiye kuba a very good initiative abantu bose bazashaka gusoma, simple, nice and straightforward, kijyanye n'abagore bagiriye u Rwanda akamaro na East Africa actually. Reka tuzarebe uko gisohoka, ariko I hope more books will come out in the future like this.
This project has really inspired me, but it's really impacted on me to learn a lot about our history, about the women whose voices we don't often hear, about amazing women's work that has rarely been documented from a historical perspective. It's been a very eye-opening learning experience, and most importantly, it has been fun celebrating these women and their feminist journeys.
I think the first impact is that women and girls in Rwanda now, at least a big portion, understand that they have a space where they can speak up. They have a space where they can discuss, debate, agree, disagree on what is affecting them in terms of issues of gender inequality, domination.
We have men who were also interviewed as part of this project, who identify, number one, first and foremost, as feminists, and whose work, literally, their daily work connects to feminism and promoting gender equality. Lonzen, as a policymaker who, I didn't add it here because it's not about him, but just to give you context, his work as a policymaker and researcher also includes directing it to policies that actually empower women.
I think it's important to look at feminism not as the individual. It's always about the collective. And it's also a theory. It's a theory through which you view the world. It's a political theory. So it's not about individual empowerment. It's not about girl power. It's not about what feminism can do for me. It's how you look at the economy, how you look at politics, how you look at gender. It's a political theory. So when I say I'm a feminist, it's because I'm looking at the world through a feminist lens. I want my politics to look like this. I want my economics to look like this. I want my gender to look like this. It's not about me as Isabella thinking, okay, men and women. Yes, that's part of it, but it's also very much about the politics of it. It's also about the action. So when we're here as feminists, it's because the work we do is for equality. And then, when you say allies, it's also because maybe that person believes that, okay, equality is right, but they don't necessarily put action into it.
Absolutely. And just to echo on what she's saying, I feel like how inspiring, how many humans have you inspired or have you empowered by doing what you do? The humans who happen to be women, who could not have had the opportunity unless you were in the picture, unless you were fighting for what you were fighting for. And so because you have entered this space and you have said, no, we should be able to play drums, we are now playing drums, and it's because of you. And those ladies who were voiceless, who were powerless, now have power.
For me, at this time of documenting those stories, it really does bring hope and celebration so that we celebrate our achievements of our ancestors while we are also rebuilding the new generation of Rwanda.
We need people who can champion, who can be in the driver's seat to drive this movement towards gender equality, and women and girls I think are in better position because they own the journey. We males own the journey, but they have a great experience when it comes to discrimination in workplaces.
Like for the women drummers, they inspire women all over the country that they can also drum as any human being. And now we are seeing all over the country new female drummers, women who are starting to also to drum.
In understanding their journeys, their challenges, will also help us to see how best to address such issues in the new era we are in.
And this is important because as any human being, you position yourself in the society, you claim a space, you claim a leadership, and you give a legacy to the next generation.
For me, being a feminist is fighting for the equal rights that women should have. I feel like we deserve equal seats at the table, and that, we deserve everything that life has to offer. So for me, as an artist, I'm fighting for my right as an artist to be a director, to be a cinematographer, to be an actor, to be all these things without being judged by the fact that I am a woman. I deserve to be on the table.
So by understanding the history, the past of what our women went through and their successes will help us to build the next generation we want to see in the future of Rwanda.